Well guys, welcome back to another video. Bit of a noisy start with the birds above. You probably guessed I'm back over on Gabriola Island. You remember last time we had a brilliant time here, the textures, the patterns on the rocks, and I was going to say it's a peaceful place, but the birds are kicking off at the moment. So I've came back here for a couple of days. Now I got here later on today. The first ferry was later in the day and we made it to the island. Now we did meet up with Colin. You remember Colin from Gavin's videos, Adams, he's been in my videos, a great guy, but he actually had to leave early. He was going to be here for the night and do some photography with us, but unfortunately he had to go back. So what we done was we spent some time with Colin, had a good catch up, met Murphy, his dog, and we walked some of the trails, and it was just nice to meet up with him again. So Colin's left now. Me and Adams came down close to where the campsite is, so there's quite a few people about. It is the weekend. Now because we got here later today, we're going to see what we can find around this area first, and then first thing in the morning we're going to try and get up for sunrise. Now sunrise is about 5:30 at the moment, but what we want to do is we want to actually pack up, get out of there and make it to the south end of the island. You remember I photographed those taffiny rocks that reached over my head with the 14mm? That's what I want to get there for, because that's where the sunrise is. This location we're at this evening is where the sunset is, so we're going to do it the right way around this time. So I'm going to have a quick look around here, see what we can come across, and slowly make our way up the shoreline. Really like what's below my feet here. We've got an old crab shell that's settled on this rock and it's got caught in the grooves, but alongside the crab shell you've got this old leaf. It looks like it's been here for some time. It's quite dried out, and then to the right hand side of that you've got this dark seaweed coming in from the right hand side. Now because of where the sun's at the moment, over my right hand shoulder there just behind us, I'm actually getting my tripod legs in my shot. So what I've done is, to get around that, and because I want the light in there, I've actually altered my composition. So I've moved the camera over so the tripod legs aren't running through my shot, because it really does spoil that composition having a tripod leg running through. Now I've also seen a shot over my right hand shoulder. It's just some simple textures on the rock, so I want to try and capture that before I move on. So that's going to be the first image. I'll put it on the screen above. We'll get up the coast and see what Adam's up to. Caught up with happy Adam. He's always happy.
I am happy inside.
The light is tricky, but it's not actually as harsh as it was last time. There is some slight cloud there, but as the sun gets low in the sky, it should get a lot better.
Because I think in the shade it probably wouldn't be that great either. So.
Well, that's what I've just said in the last shot I've took. I shielded a shot in my last video and it worked really well, but I shielded that shot and it just didn't work. It was better with the light on. Yeah. So it's always good to experiment, isn't it, Adam?
It is. Like the moth-eaten log, I just let the full sun on it.
Yeah,
I think it looks better.
Yeah. Right, I'm going to get on and see if I can find...
I think I might go back and have a Guinness, actually.
I was going to have a Guinness, but I've already drank it.
I mean, it's only 5:30.
Yeah.
Half an hour?
Now there's a couple of things against us now. What we didn't realise the tide was going to come back in as quick as it did, and it has, and it's continuing to do so. So I don't know how far it's actually going to make it up onto this bit of coastline. So we're limited for space in areas where we can search. Now I've had to look hard because I'm tight on area and space. I've had to really think about what I'm doing and look for the details that stand out the most. So I've came to this area here. There's some lovely browns and yellows, those lighter tones. Now what I like about it is in the bottom left corner leading towards the centre, you've got these two dominating shapes, and they're quite different. So you're getting a different texture either side of the image. On the right hand side, the more wavy lines, there's a bit more colour in there, more darks and lights. And in the very centre there's actually a stone, very similar colour to the textured rocks around it. So it's just adding a little bit of interest in the centre of the image. And you've got some grains, some fine grains of sand there, which just shows off the location and the area that I'm at. Dependent on how far this tide comes up, I don't know if we'll get any more shots this evening, but I'm really looking forward to tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to have a full day from early morning, if Adam gets out of bed, till early afternoon before I head back to Vancouver. So I'm going to get back, get this shot, and I hope you like it. So we've come back to the van. We're going to have some tea. What are you having to eat tonight, Adam? What's he cooking?
Sausages and egg.
Well, he's got no fat, and he's got turkey sausages. We're going to try and get out of bed in the morning.
Yeah, what time do you want to leave?
4:30.
Okay. Well, you can start taking the tent down at 4:30, and then I'll be ready to go by 5.
I guess that's the plan then. So it is pretty early this morning. It's 5:45 in the morning, so sunrise is due very soon. Now we're not getting any colour in the sky, but the main thing is me and the Adam Meister got ourselves out of bed. Now I woke up at about 4 o'clock and we heard Adam moving about.
You'll get a gold star for that, mate.
We'll both get gold stars for making the effort and getting up. Now we have got a bit of a confession. Yesterday, the image that I took, you'll remember I took of the crab shell and the leaf and the seaweed, and it was a perfect composition. Why was it a perfect composition, Adam?
Yeah, I was fiddling about with stuff. I thought, oh, that leaf looks really nice, and oh, it kind of goes with the patterns in the rock, and then oh, there's the crab, and then there's look at that bit of seaweed.
Remember everything I explained in the video about the composition?
Yeah, I put it there.
So it's happened again. He's done it again. We both came across the same little area, and for me the image still works because I didn't know that Adam had been there already.
Yeah, but I kind of spoiled it for you, didn't I?
Yeah, he stole me thunder.
Oh.
came across the first shot that I want to take in this area. Now that light has came up. We didn't get much of a sunrise, so what I want to do is work with that light while the sun's still low in the sky. Now we're getting some lovely textures as always on the surface of these rocks. Now because of that light, it's creating a lot of contrast. Now what I particularly like about this area, you've got a variation of different textures, different shades. Because that tide's just receded, it's darker in the foreground. There's still some moisture in there, and at the top of the rock where it rises above, that's actually started to dry out because of that sunlight. So you've got a variation in lights and darks. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and grab a couple of images and make use of that light. I hope you enjoy this image, and I'm sure we'll come across many more. Now I've been having a look at these rock pools. I wanted to turn my attention away from the taffany rocks for the time being, and I've noticed in the rock pools there's some nice colours there. There's some greens, there's yellows, there's blues with all the different shells. Now there's a clam that I like here. It's partly open and it's got green algae on the top of it. It's almost luminescent, so it's adding colour, it's creating interest. So that's going to be it for this shot, just a simple image. Another idea when you're on the coastline. I've been paying attention to the taffany rocks and it's hard not to, but this is something else to photograph. Then I'll probably catch up with Adam, see what he's been up to, but it's a beautiful morning and we didn't get a great sunrise. The light wasn't amazing, but we've still captured a couple of subjects while we've been down here. So it looks like I've found Mr. Gibbs. You've gone back to the van for a nap.
I have a nap.
I thought so. I thought, where's he at? I can't see him in the forest hugging a tree.
Miso soup and a cup of tea.
So that's what we're going to do. We're going to have a coffee, we're going to have a break. We're going to head back down, see if we can capture another couple of images, because I have got to travel back to Vancouver today. Sound like a plan?
Yep.
That's a plan. So I've had my coffee, I'm all refreshed, I've had something to eat, and I'm ready to see if I can capture another couple of images. Adam's still back up at the truck, chilling out, but he says he's going to meet us up here soon. I've came back to the area where I was earlier on, but I've came a lot further along. So what I've done is I've I've came to the furthest point on this particular part of the shoreline here, and then I'm just taking a slow walk, just looking for some interesting images. Now the light has been against us today. The sun didn't come up where I wanted it to capture and retake that image with the 14mm. A bit like last night where we camped out. We knew the sun was gonna set in that location, so I'd envisioned a shot using that pinnacle of rock that I photographed last time, including some of the land, getting really close and having a sun start as that sun was setting. But the problem was the tide came in too soon, so I couldn't get any further back. I wanted to get a lot further back, so that was the reasoning for getting here first thing this morning. We wanted to capture the first of the sunlight hitting those rocks, but unfortunately the sun came up in the opposite direction, so we didn't actually get any light in there. Now this composition here, there's some beautiful colours there with the lights of the bark. You've almost got a shade of pink in there. There's some nice greys, there's some browns, and it just makes for a really lovely pattern. So that's what I want to capture. I'm going in at 400mm. The reason for that is to allow for the curvature on the trunk itself. So I'm focusing right on the center, because as it curves off, the focus drops off, and I really want to just capture that detail. I'm not too bothered about what's either side of it. The texture and the pattern goes right along, so I might be able to create a couple of shots out of this one small area, and that's another thing you can do. Just take different compositions of the same patterns and slightly alter your position. What are you photographing, Adam?
I found these really cool patterns that I don't think anybody's ever photographed before.
Oh
ever.
Yeah, they're pretty cool them, eh?
Yeah. Do you want to give them a go after I finished?
I've already photographed them. So I was saying earlier about I found probably my favourite patterns of the day. So I went back to the van, showed Adam a picture, and he was like, oh, where they at? So I thought, you know what, I'll let him have a shot. So it'd be interesting to see the difference in images, you know, the composition wise, processing wise, but it's pretty cool, eh?
It is, but I think I might concentrate on this bit here.
Yeah, so he's basically concentrating on the same areas that I concentrated on.
Yeah, just show me your comp again.
The light is harsh, so I've decided to end today's video, but it's been brilliant coming over to see Adam again. Fun, we had a laugh. We met Colin, yes, it was nice to see Colin again. So expect to see us with Colin in the future. We are going to meet up and have a good time out when he's got time on his hands. We've also got John coming from New York. You'll remember he was in one of my videos at Port Renfrew that I'd done with Adam. He's coming to spend some time on the island for a few days. So I'm not sure what we're going to do. We're going to head up a mountain or check out a waterfall.
I think so. We should go and do a hike.
So I think we're going to do a hike, so stay tuned for that. But hope you've enjoyed today's video. Let us know which images you like the best. Check out Adam's channel. Some of his images will be the same. but it's been fun all the same. So until next time, thanks again for watching. Bye bye.
Bye bye.